This is a horror story told by Mr. Baum, who experienced a chilling encounter and shared it with us. In the bustling heart of Bangkok, in the infamous Patpong area, there was a massage parlor that hired him to inspect the property for termite control. The owner was a foreigner with a passion for antiques. The shop consisted of two large adjacent shop houses, with the wall knocked down to create one spacious area. Inside, the lighting was dim, with only a few small emergency lights glowing faintly. On his first visit during the late morning, Mr. Baum noticed an old dressing table on the stair landing. The mirror was cloudy and cracked in one corner. Beside it stood a life-size Thai dancer mannequin, posed mid-dance, its plastic face eerily realistic. He thought the owner had a strange taste to display something like that. Soon after, the parlor signed a contract for his termite control services. The work was scheduled late at night, around 11 p.m., after all staff had gone home. Guided by the caretaker, who was a relative of the owner's Thai wife, Mr. Baum and his colleague entered the dim, silent building and made their way upstairs. When he reached the landing, he looked toward the dressing table and froze. The dancer mannequin that had been standing earlier was now seated with its back to him at the table. His blood ran cold. He bolted down the stairs without explanation. The caretaker and his colleague coaxed him back up, but when they arrived, the mannequin was standing in its original pose again. Trying to calm himself, Mr. Baum agreed to continue working. His friend went to the third floor while he took the second, but he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. As he sprayed termite chemicals along the dark hallway, he suddenly heard faint Thai classical music. He told himself it might be from outside, given the lively district. But out of the corner of his eye, he saw the dancer mannequin standing on a mattress to his right. The music grew louder, and the figure began to dance. He was paralyzed with fear, until a scream erupted from the third floor. His friend came tearing down the stairs, stopped beside the dressing table, and yelled, "Run!" Mr. Baum snapped out of his frozen state and fled with him out of the building. Outside, both men caught their breath and realized they had seen the same thing, the dancer mannequin. His friend explained that while spraying upstairs, he too heard Thai classical music, followed by tapping sounds, like nails or claws on the floor. When he shone his flashlight, the beam caught the mannequin, but it wasn't walking toward him normally. It was dancing along the ceiling, upside down. Terrified, he ran, but as he reached the landing, he saw its face in the dressing table mirror. The caretaker sighed at their story. She revealed that the foreign owner had purchased both the antique dressing table and the mannequin together. The business had prospered at first, but after the mannequin arrived, every employee had terrifying encounters and eventually quit. This was already the third or fourth set of staff. She shared an even more disturbing incident. One staff member, skeptical of ghost stories, stayed upstairs unusually long before closing. When the caretaker went to check, she found him collapsed on the stairs, head down, legs up toward the third floor. After reviving him, he recounted hearing Thai music from the second floor and seeing the sharp point of a dancer's crown rising toward him. Turning to flee, he found the mannequin right in front of him, its face pale, eyes black. He ran again, but something grabbed his legs, sending him tumbling into unconsciousness. The worst case involved another defiant staff member who carried multiple protective amulets. One day, the caretaker saw him leave the bathroom with a blank stare, walk upstairs, and vanish for hours. Near closing, she and 5 others went to find him. As they ascended, the small emergency light went out. 2 fled instantly. The remaining 3 and the caretaker continued up, finding him seated at the dressing table, back turned. They heard a rhythmic thud, 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 and noticed dark liquid pooling on the floor. Shining a light, they realized he was stabbing himself in the stomach while laughing. The black liquid was blood. He survived only because the blade missed vital organs and his body fat slowed the damage. When questioned later, he remembered only entering the bathroom and hearing a woman's voice call his name, coaxing him to sit, then whispering, "Stab, stab, it's fun, stab deeper." He didn't know where the knife came from, but assumed it was from the kitchen nearby. Eventually, the caretaker told the owner's wife, who convinced her husband to remove the mannequin. But it was impossibly heavy, as if filled with cement. Even with several people, it wouldn't budge. A Brahmin priest was invited to perform a ritual, but upon seeing the mannequin, he refused, saying a vengeful female spirit was bound inside. In desperation, they invited 3 monks from a nearby temple. After chanting, one monk tied sacred thread around the mannequin's limbs and recited incantations. Miraculously, it became light enough for one person to lift. They transported it on a pickup truck, with monks chanting beside it, to be cremated. The outer shell burned normally, but when the fire died, a piece remained untouched. A section resembling a human skull plate, with hair still attached. Neither the bone nor the hair would ignite. The monks chanted longer, offerings were made, and eventually it turned to ash. Afterward, business declined steadily until part of the building was left vacant for rent. Mr. Baum believes the mannequin had been ritually bound with a spirit, as its interior was inscribed with strange markings and contained the large skull fragment. The true origin of the mannequin remains a mystery, but he is certain it should never have been brought into the building.